I'm Karis Waters. I wanted to take a few minutes to make a video about who I am and what you can expect to see on my YouTube channel. I know there are a lot of witchy and tarot related channels out there, but I feel like we all have a unique perspective and this is mine. So, who am I? I'm a witch. I am a tarot and oracle card reader. I am an empath. At the time of filming this, I'm 34 years old, which makes me one of those elder millennials. My birthday's coming up at the end of August, and I will be 35, halfway through those 30s. I'm a Virgo sun, and my rising and moon signs are both Cancer. I wish that made me emotionally organized, but unfortunately, I just make lists and cry at sad commercials. Some basic things about me. I love palm trees and Harry Potter, Disney World, Universal Studios, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Schitt's Creek, Xena, Buffy, The Golden Girls, a bunch of amazing fandoms. And I'm an avid book reader. I'm an amateur crafter, not really great at it. Also a bit of a makeup addict. I have 17 tattoos and like 30 more in my brain that I can't wait to get done once COVID has subsided. So a little bit about my history. I found my way to my witchy path when I was about 12 years old. I used to sneak off to the witchy section of the library and read all the books that I could find on the subject. I was also fascinated with Greek mythology. That began at a younger age. I started reading Greek mythology chapter books in like first grade, and I have been obsessed ever since. So at about 14, I decided to come out of the closet to my Southern Baptist parents. And they had a pastor come over and cast out my demons. Yep, a real life exorcism. There was a lot of crying, a lot of telling me I was going to hell, a lot of telling me I was ruining the family. So 14-year-old me, who loved her parents and felt incredible guilt, decided to renounce my heathen ways and tell them I love Jesus. I didn't. I just wanted them to love me and I didn't want them to be sad. Also, I thought it was the path of least resistance. So I would say this is one of the most recognizable first ways that I was made to conform. I tried to tell others who I was, and the guilt and emotional manipulation and fear were all employed to construct the box that they wanted me to be in, and I crawled inside. They made me attend church 3 times a week for the next few years until I turned 18 and moved out. Around 17, I finally gave into Christianity and let go of my witchy path for a while. I think it was largely due to fear. Southern Baptist churches are very intense. And I think also I just needed a community of friends, and that was really all I knew were the friends that I'd made at church. Of course, Christians would probably say that the Holy Spirit convicted me, but any ex-evangelical know how that goes. After that, I got into a very damaging and dangerous non-denominational church where I experienced even more religious trauma, if that's possible, from situations that I got myself into, not my parents dragging me to. I have many, many, many stories about what I experienced at the hands of religion and this version of Christianity, but those are not for this video. I knew I wasn't an atheist. I knew I believed in something, but the people that I had been exposed to in the church environment made me see that it definitely wasn't their kind of theology. And I still carried a lot of fear for burning and going to hell. So a few years ago, I started wondering how I'd fallen away from paganism in the first place, and I was allowing myself to be pushed into box after box after box, and I lost everything I was. Christianity didn't sit well with me, but that fear of hell kept rearing its ugly head. And even though I kept pushing these thoughts to the back of my brain and focused on my job and just trying to find some happiness, it was still a struggle. Almost 2 years ago now, things changed. I started to give myself permission to question everything. I gave myself a chance to learn who I really was. I started climbing out of every box I'd ever been put in and lighting those motherfuckers on fire. I didn't have to accept someone else's version of me. I didn't want to anymore. I wanted to know me, the real me, not who I could be to make everyone happy, but who I really was. I wanted to know what made me happy. I wanted to know what I believed, what I wanted. And I decided to give myself absolute permission to question everything. It was my tower moment. Hashtag tarot reference. I was ready to tear down everything that I had built and figure out what it was that I wanted to erect with my life. So about a year ago, I realized that when I was 12 years old, I was on the right track. I allowed others and the boxes that they made for me to stop me from this journey that I should have been on the whole time. I picked up If You Want to Be a Witch by Dane McCoy, and I read it in like no time. It felt like I was home. Everything clicked for me. I quickly joined the witchy community online. I found amazing creators on YouTube. I mean, we're talking the likes of Kellyanne Maddox, Ethany, JC at Lipstick Legion Crafts, Jesse Huntenberg, just to name a few. I found tons of really great people in this embracing and wonderful community. Right around the same time, I decided to pick up my first deck of tarot cards. They felt like another doorway into me, and they really helped me to heal from past trauma and to dive within myself and uncover more of me. I always had this calling to help others, and I could never put my finger on what it was. And one day it just clicked. This is it. This is how I read tarot for other people. I help them discover what boxes that they need to break out of, who it is that they are, how they can be themselves fully, completely, and find their own happiness. So I took a tarot intensive course with Ethany Dawn, did a lot of free readings, and now I've launched my own tarot business. I want to hold space and give energy to others who are trying to find out who they are and how they can best get through the problems and situations and the things that they come up against in their lives. I'm really glad that I found my way back to the path that I'm on. And I want nothing more than to hand a lighter to those people who are ready to burn their own boxes and reclaim themselves and find their truth. My channel is going to offer my perspectives on tarot, witchcraft, divination, and the occult. I'll do things like tarot and oracle deck flip-throughs, which you can probably see quite a number of on my channel already, some witchy and tarot tips and advice, and just explore my views and beliefs. One of the greatest things about this community is the expression, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If something I think or believe makes you fizzy, as Kellyanne Maddox would say, pick it up, carry it with you, make it part of your practice. But if you feel like it doesn't, if it doesn't make sense for you to do it, if you don't like it, if you don't agree, then just leave it behind. I really hope that you find my channel helpful and fun, and that you want to come along with me on my journey. Thanks so much for watching.